So, the World Team Cup is going into the Consolidation final, the second to last match that is gonna be played in this competition, World Team Cup 2019 in the TrackMania² Stadium in the Czech style. And we have these two nations that are gonna be facing it off and fight for the last remaining slot, the last spot against the Dutch team that have already managed to qualify through the winner bracket of this competition. So they are already awaiting in the spectator boxes and are waiting for the opponent to be determined in this match. So we have Germany against the fused team of the Czech Republic and Slovakia. Two insane teams that can definitely put up for a good fight here. And I am super hyped to see some really high quality driving today. We have big names like the 2018 World Champion Kappa, who is of course playing for Czech Republic / Slovakia. We have DedHead, who was a participant in the TrackMania Grand League. We have Tween, also a runner-up champion in 2018. So big names. Also on the German side, we have Beat from M&M, who has been competing for a long time alongside with Dexter, Eddie. Massa is also coming in soon. Chiller side, Barbos. So we have a great lineup today. And yeah, this is going to be the decisive match here. The winning nation is going to be facing the Dutch team, who has done an outstanding job at winning every single one of their matches so far. They have really shown an amazing performance, so it's going to be a hard nut to crack. It's going to be a very hard Dutch nut to crack in the grand final, which is going to be played later on. But today, or right now, we're going to focus on this match right here, which is going to be going live right here with the GLHF. Our first map is going to be Head Up by Tom, which is a new map in the map rotation. We have DedHead, Kappa, and Tween against Beat, Dexter, and Eddie. We're playing until 7 points this time, not until 5, but until 7. And it's not a best of 3, but it's a match for the most round wins. And we see the first mistake by Eddie for the German team. The THE player clipping on the outside, went a bit too wide there, and already drops back way down to the last position. So, as you can see, this map has a wallbang, which is, in my opinion, kinda ass, because wallbangs are always a bit inconsistent, always a bit unreliable. So we might see the one or other blunder happen in that wallbang. But in this round, it seems like everything is going pretty good so far, with Beat being in the lead, being attacked by Tween right now, who's going for some slightly more direct lines, but is not able to come any closer right now. Tries to get a bit more speed here. Very equal exit speed here for both Tween and Beat. Kappa now also closing in, now coming to the last part and just want to go tight around the last corner, and Beat gets it in front of Tween, Kappa, Dexter, DedHead, and Eddie. And that is the first blue point, with Eddie dropping back quite a bit actually. More than 1.5 seconds of a drop down here for Eddie, who has not been able to help the German team. So that's going to be the first point here for the blue team. 1-0 on the first map. And we're going to go into the next round. So of course the wallbang that I'm talking about is a little bit faster, but it is, yeah, of course involving a bit more risk. So you kind of want to gauge or try to judge whether it is really worth to go for that wallbang. As far as I know, the fastest time in DedHead, the 52.078 that you see by Kappa, is actually driven without a wallbang. And you also saw in this round that he's actually not going for it. Tween right now is the player that is holding the camera for us, who is right now on last place with a 0.23 deficit. But he's closing in a lot here, especially with Beat now getting very low speed over that section. Hasn't dropped down to last place though. In the lead we have Kappa against Dexter, the two opponents. However, Kappa now getting a much nicer section, and also DedHead is trying to make anything happen here on the blue part. But that is looking like another blue point here, with Kappa setting a 52.437, despite having a little bit of a weaker mid. Then we have Dexter, DedHead, Eddie, Beat, and Tween following up. So the second consecutive point for the blue team. And for Germany, of course, it is going to be very difficult to face this team, because they have these big names and they have so much experience just being bundled in this team. It is really difficult to beat these players. The Sumpis haven't put a lot of time into practicing, as far as I know. They just started practicing like yesterday or something. But for experienced players like these, that is already plenty of time to get themselves onto the highest level and compete against the Germans, who have been struggling to keep up the motivation. At least some of the Germans have had a little problem And there's also Renew for the German team, who is unable to compete today because there have been some very sad, unfortunate happenings in real life that actually hold him back from playing. Going into this round, though, it is looking like another blue point right here. Only Dexter is trying to put up for a fight here. Other than that, the Germans are nowhere to be seen. And those are some really good times here up front, once again, by Tween and Kappa. Dexter, the fastest German, with 800 of a deficit to Tween, who won the round. Danik B seals the deal on P4. Eddie and Beat get the last 2 positions. So 3-0 now for the blue team. Germany needs to start stepping up now. 3 point of a deficit, of course. Taking a look at the grand scheme of things, we have 3 maps with 7 points being played out, so it's a long way to go, but you shouldn't waste any round. And the Germans certainly need to focus now, because the blue players, they're not here to joke, they want to win, and it looks very good here so far in this round. No one making a mistake. Camera right now on Eddie, who is finding himself in the middle of the pack right now. Dexter almost making contact with the wall on the left side. That was a really weird exit right there. A lot of risk being involved for Dexter. Eddie now going for a slightly wider approach. Didn't pay off for him, though. So right now, it is absolutely impossible to call who's going to win this round. Coming towards the ending now, the last drift. Who's going to take it at the front? It is going to be Tween that gets it in front of Dexter, Kappa, and Danik B. Very sick times up front there as well. Tween with a 28 and Dexter with a 36. Those are some mint times, but not enough for the German team. Only, like, look at the difference between 1st and 6th place. It's not even 0.3 of a second like it was, I think, 0.22 between 1st and 6th place. So that was an insane round by everyone. Germany unlucky that their efforts have not paid off. The next point for the blue team, and that is an opportunity for the German team now, with Kappa falling almost off the track right there, so he's going to be dead last. This is one of the opportunities that Germany really needs to take. Let's take a look. What is going to happen? Dexter right now fighting it out against Tween. Then we have Eddie and Beat on 3 and 4, followed by Danik B, who is 1800s behind. Dexter now making a mistake, and that was so unnecessary for the German team. That is a massive setback, and that could actually turn the whole round around. Basically, looking at the current standings, it is going to be the next point for the blue team, and that is indeed going to be the case. Very sad for Team Germany. Wasted opportunity, 5-0. This was definitely a takeable round for the German team. But with Dexter dropping down all the way back to last place, that's going to hurt. Also in regards of, mentality and everything, that is going to hurt a lot, so pulling the comeback is easier said than done at this point. Dexter making the next mistake, so he is maybe a bit dinged now. Beat also making a mistake. This is maybe even the ace for the blue team now. Germany getting completely annihilated in this round as well. Only Eddie, the only one who's trying to put up the German flag here, but the Czech/Slovakian players, they are not going to let that slip through their hands. Easy peasy like a train, going through the track right there, gaining a little bit of time on Eddie. So I think this round is over at this point already. Eddie still trying to attack here against Danik B. Might have the upper hand. Very risky inside line by Eddie. He gets that 3rd place, but it's not going to matter whatsoever. Tween with the next point 2. I think he drove 3.2s in a row now. So this man definitely wants to just close this out as quickly as possible and then do something else again. You know, Tween is a man of little words. He is just playing, he destroys, and he leaves again. 6-0 for the blue team. And this could be the final one already here. Germany, if they still want to win this map, they need to win 7 rounds in a row. Just saying this already sounds ridiculous, and we all know how unlikely this is to happen. But going into this round, this one could go either way right now, with no one dropping down so far. Beat is in the lead, and also Dexter right now finding himself on P2. So 1st and 2nd place would be enough to take home the point, but we have 3 hungry blue players that are waiting in the shadow and waiting for an opportunity to go for an overtake right here. Going through the right-hander. Tween with a really risky inside line over the Randstein. Almost gets that bug there. But he is able to survive. Coming down to the last corner now. Tween with that really risky inside line once again. And he wins the round by only 12 milliseconds over Dexter. Beat with a .30 on third place. Insane times up front. This round has been mind-blowing. But it has been enough for the German team. 1 round has been taken. It could be an important one. I mean, on the other maps, anything can happen, of course. Maybe this map just hasn't been Germany's map at all. That is something we need to find out later. But yeah, every point matters, and maybe this is a beginning to a comeback for the red team. Let's take a look at the next round. Danny P making a mistake, got the auto drift on the uphill on the right side. And that is another good opportunity for the German team. Kappa and Tween, who go for the no wallbang strategy, are closing in with a lot more outcome speed out of that left-hander. Trying to attack the Germans now that are in the lead, but they're definitely putting up a good fight. Eddie with good speed as well. This could be a German round if they keep these positions right now. Let's take a look what's going to happen in the last portion of the track. Beat still holding up strong, but goes wide. Has to lift off. Loses 2 positions to the Sampi players. And this could make the decisive difference here once again. Coming to the last corner, Dexter's trying to attack, but it's not enough. And we have the Sampi duo in the lead. And with that, they win this map and take home the 7th point. 7-1 after map 1. Insane performance by Kappa and Tween. Insane endings by those two. Wow. And that was almost a clean sweep on the German team. That is something we definitely don't see every day. Germany normally really up to par with any nation. Let it be the French team that already got disqualified this year in the World Team Cup. Gotta keep that in mind. The French team that has won so many editions of these Nations Cups already, they have already dropped down. So this World Team Cup is definitely turning the whole table around right here. Which is, of course, for the competition, very nice to see. Going on to map number 2 now. We're going on to Aurora, mapped by Kimi, which is a map that we have seen in the last playdays already. So maybe the Germans can maybe strike with a bit more experience on these tracks, because Kappa and Tween have not played any of these tracks before in their matches as far as I'm concerned. So maybe here is where the Germans can actually strike with their experience that they have gotten in the previous matches. They have been facing Team France, they have been facing Team Poland in the last matches, so they can certainly make up for that blunder on map 1, I would say. So, gotta see what happens here after a few warm-ups. We're gonna find out how this match is gonna continue. So 7-1 is the score, ladies and gentlemen. We're gonna be playing for rounds, points, not map wins. So it is not over yet, but a 6-point deficit for Team Germany. That is gonna be very difficult to catch up from. That is for certain. DedHead is by Complex, a Dutch player, and yeah, the Dutchies are waiting in the grand final already, so they are prepared, and they are just waiting. They're maybe looking at this right now, analyzing their opponent already, maybe putting up some strategies already. That is gonna be an insane grand final. That is for sure. But right now, Consolidation final, of course, is the match that we have to look out for. Lineup changes are also happening right here. We have Kappa, who is still remaining on the track. Tween is going onto the bench, and Novice is replacing him. The player for Team Fury, formerly known as PKD. And for Team Red, for Team Germany, we have Moppel, Massa, and Barbos. So we have a complete lineup change. Beat, Dexter, and Eddie, all 3 are getting benched, are now on the spectator box. And 3 new faces are appearing on the scoreboard and on the racing track. Warm-up, not looking too shabby, but it's just a warm-up, of course. The warm-up doesn't have to say anything. So, one more warm-up here, ladies and gentlemen. And we're going to continue on map 2 with the 7-1 score that the Czech/Slovakian team has already accumulated on map 1. Which was quite a surprise to a lot of us, I would believe. Because as I said, Germany, always a top team in every style, not only in tech, but also in dirt, in full speed. We have seen that in former editions of the World Team Cup, especially those that have been played in these multiple styles. But this year it has been a little bit of a back and forth for Team Germany. They have dropped down to the loser bracket really, really early, actually. Really, really early they have dropped down. And now they're fighting for the survival, basically, in this competition, in the loser bracket, now in the consolidation final. This is going to be do or die. And after the warm-up, it's going to be live. DedHead has a good time in the DedHead. We can take a look on the left side here. 58-22 by DedHead, 58-23 by Kappa. So 2 blue players in the top 3. The fastest German right now is Massa, followed by Barbos. So let's see how everything is going to pan out here on map number 2. WTC Aurora. And we are underway with Novice DedHead Kappa against Massa, Moppel and Barbos. Going through the first set of corners, nobody making a mistake. The pressure is of course very high, and that is pushing the adrenaline levels of the players of course a little bit higher, which can result in a lot of mistakes, but can also result in insane performances. And right now Massa is in the lead, and this map has been very good for him. He did actually set an insane time in one of the previous matches on this track, so he's definitely comfortable with this one, and right now he is leading the field in front of Kappa, Novice, Moppel, and Kappa now making contact with the checkpoint on the platform. Hits his forehead on the inside, and that is a good opportunity for the German team. Barbos now having to lift off a little bit. Might get overtaken by DedHead here, going to the right-hander now, but Barbos is still staying in front, but has to release again. So Barbos is dropping down to 5th place, but right now it still would be the German point, with Massa in the lead, followed by Novice. DedHead now passing Moppel here in the last turn, but it's not going to matter for the final result, because we have the first place secured by Massa with a 58-30. That is insane. Just had to take a look at the local records. That was almost a PB for him. Fantastic time by Big Massa, who was an important link in this match to secure the point for the German team. 7-2. DedHead goes out wide. Moppel as well. Really risky exit right there. Almost collided with the wall right there. But DedHead has a lot of catching up to do. Barbos with a mistake. Barbos the first one to fall down. And that is going to put Germany into a very sweaty situation now. So now Germany is basically forced to win at least first and third. And right now it is looking not too shabby. Moppel is leading over Kappa and Novice. Massa making a mistake. And this is flushing Germany's chances of winning the round completely down the Waterloo. And that is the ace as well. This has been flushed down with a lot of force. This was the double flush basically. Pressing the button on the toilet twice. So the first ace in this match for the blue team. So we have a 1-1 on map number 2. Let's go. Next one. For Germany, they really need to just stop thinking about the mistakes that happened and just focus on the next rounds. Just forget about what happened and not let these mistakes get to you. Because losing more and more points is absolutely fatal at this point. DedHead versus Massa. Almost identical lines here in that left-hander. That was beautifully to see, but Massa gets the superior exit and gets much more speed than DedHead here onto the platform part. We go into the right hairpin. The 180 getting done here really well by Barbos, in fact, who was able to catch up quite a bunch of positions here in that hairpin. Going into the right-hander now. Barbos with the inside line here. Might have to lift off, risk it for the biscuit. And is still alive here onto the blue part we go. Everything is going to be decided in the last corner. It is Kappa versus Massa for that first place. Barbos touching on the inside. Who's going to jump to the finish the shortest? It is Massa that stays in front of Kappa. DedHead, Novice, and that's the next blue point. Barbos and Moppel have made mistakes, and that is just not good for the team. The team play is just not there for Team Germany whatsoever. Sure, the pace is there for some of the people, but Germany is really lacking like the team pace right now. Getting the rounds together. And this is what the blue team is doing phenomenally right now. Let's go into the next round. Massa has fallen behind already, and also Barbos. Barbos is going for a bit more speed. Interesting line here by him. But this is going to be another tough nut to crack here. Barbos is trying his best to get the most speed out of this uphill. And it was actually done pretty well here. Leaves his teammate Moppel behind, going into the hairpin now. Once again, everyone is surviving it, risking it over the inside. Randstein, Danik being the lead, followed by Novice, Moppel, Kappa, Barbos. Everyone within each other almost. Insane racing right here. Danik B is still leading, but he is being chased down. Not even a car length of a difference coming towards the ending now. Barbos is trying to attack here. Gets a bit too wide though. And loses all 3 positions in the ending because he jumped too far. Too much to the left of the finish block. And that's the next ace for the blue team. (3-1). Danik B wins it here with a 0.4. Very good times here up front. After an initial good beginning for the German team, now they are falling apart again. Sadly, of course, because now it is almost too easy for the blue team to just snack those rounds home. Because at least one German is dying every round. Barbos going out wide once again, passes Massa, who had very low speed over that stretch. And all 3 Germans are behind. And this is, yeah, an insane performance by the blue team. This is out of their minds right now. Novice, super inside line. What was that line? Oh, he touched. Ah, it's fine. Kappa and Danik B are still leading over the 3 Germans. So if they keep these positions intact, it is still going to be the round for them. Barbos now getting a very weird slowdown. I'm not sure if that was a gear down or just a massive release. I don't know about that. Massa has moved up to 2nd place, but it's not going to play a crucial role. This is still going to be the blue point. As long as the last blue player manages to finish. Where is Novice? There he is. Novice finishes and seals the deal for the blue team. Next point, 4-1 now. This is starting to look very grim. Doing the quick math, this is now a 11-2. So at some point, Germany is just unable to get back. At some point, it's just over. Next round here. Following Kappa, who is going for a lot of speed right there. No air brake at the drop to use that little wobble to turn a little bit harder into the turn. And Danik B is off to a good start. Everyone so far is on a good pace. Kappa not with the greatest exit speed over that hill. Will lose out on a bunch of positions here once again, but this is neck and neck between everyone. All 6 vehicles within each other right now, not even a 10th. Spreading everyone, and then there's Massa, who makes a mistake. An avoidable one, if I may say so myself. Moppel now making a mistake as well, and this could be the next point for the blue team here. Kappa is now trying to win this one here. He's trying to attack, but Danik B has that inside line, and he snipes 2018 World Champion right in front of the finish line. Danik B wins with a point 48. Kappa takes 2nd with a 51, and Novice takes 3rd with a 54. Apologies. This team performance is outstanding. And I think also the Dutch team might be sweating looking at this. This is a really, really impressive performance by the blue team. The score now 5-1. 2 more for the blue team and they're gonna close out the 2nd map already. But that is of course easier said than done. Let's go into the next round. Danik B right now has actually gotten the most points. 28 points have been accumulated by the young Czech player. Oh, that was 2 mistakes, I think, in a row here by... Wait, why is the camera inverted? Wow. Moppel and Kappa have made a mistake. Wow. Whoever made this camera... Oh my god, it's inverted! Who made this? Ah! Can't even T-Tours now. Novice in the lead. He's being attacked by Barbos. Ooh, Barbos almost missing the finish. That was really close to the right side. But he manages on 2nd place. Danik B on 3rd. Massa on 4th. Kappa on 5th. Moppel on 6th. And that is the good old traffic light formation. Next point for the blue team. Oops, that is a wall touch by Big Massa. That is a rather big mistake. Ha. Take a look at Moppe, who is finding himself on P5 right now. Tries to get a bit more speed here. Let's see if he's going to be successful at it. Not quite yet. Everyone in front of him gets a lot of speed out of this part as well. DedHead dropping down a little bit. Same for Barbos. And in the lead we have Novice and Kappa. Moppe now oversteering a little bit at the exit of that hairpin. Gets passed by DedHead once again. And once again we have this triple, basically. Oh my god! Barbos and Moppe made the same wall touch. Yep, that's a GG and a half. I mean, this is not the team play that Germany needs. They are not here to do the synchronized mistakes. This is not Olympic Games. This is World Team Cup. And this is it. GG. 7-1 on map 1. 7-1 on map 2. Map 3 is pretty much redundant at this point. Germany will take 3rd place in the World Team Cup. And the blue team, Czech Republic / Slovakia, are going to be facing the Dutch team in the grand final. Boy, boy, boy. I think the 3rd map is still going to be played out, but for the final result it is not going to matter. So just a little bit of just for fun racing here on Breakthrough by Superal, which is going to be the final match, or the final map of this match. Once again playing until 7, so the best the Germans can get is a 14-9. But looking at the performance by the Czech / Slovakian players, this was so good. I have no words. That was a truly astonishing performance by them. And I think if they keep this performance up in the grand final, I think we're gonna see an insane, almost boner-inducing grand final in this competition. One more warm-up is being asked for, so that shall be granted. TrackMania² here by Dexter. So we have a German at the top, followed by Megorian, only 8,000th behind. And then we have Dutchy with a .90, Novice with a 90, Complex with a 20. So we have a difference of 24 milliseconds in the top 5 TrackMania, which is, yeah, crazy level. So now it could go either way. Either the Germans are just gonna go full YOLO, full risk every round and just try to get those good times and potentially just risk losing 7-0 again. Or maybe they're just gonna try to make up for those previous 2 maps and at least play out a good match. We're gonna see how it goes. It can go either way. I'm pretty sure of that. So let's see how it's gonna go. GLHF for map 3. The winner is decided already, so that is something that is set in stone already. But we're still here to witness a little bit of racing on the 3rd track. So let's go here with Novice, DedHead, and Tween. So Tween is now stepping in for Kappa. And for the German team, we have Chillerside, Barbos, and Dexter on the track. Going into round number 1. Let's take a look. Dexter. Very risky lines, and the first blue player dropping down. I hope the Camp 7 isn't scrunched on this one, and indeed isn't. Tween making contact with the pit. Oh, this was good. Oh, that was beautiful. I love it. So, team play also in terms of making contact with some cacti. That is what I call team spirit. So that's a German round here for sure. The first ace for Team Germany. They needed this earlier though. They needed this a bit earlier. But the first ace for Team Germany. That's at least something. Let's go into the next one. 1-0 for Germany. But it would have been sad if they didn't take that one. Let's be real. I mean, if they didn't take that one, I think they should just play Minesweeper. I don't know. Anyway, next round. That was a German player falling behind. I believe that was Barbos, and it indeed is Barbos who fell behind by more than 1 second already at the previously passed checkpoint. So one German is already down, and that is going to be the task for Chillerside and for Dexter to take 1 and 2. Insane speed on the blue part. What is that boost here by the 2 German players? But I think now it is Chillerside that made the mistake on the outside of that turn. In the entry, went a bit too wide, tried to keep a bit more speed there than possible, and there he went into the wall. So that's going to be the next blue point here. Good times up front though, with a 52.40 by Dexter, a 0.43 by Tween, a 0.50 by Danik B, and a 0.52 by Novice. Tied up again on the scoreboard, 1-1 on map 3. Novice goes out wide a little bit, not the greatest start here for him. Or he lost out on one whole car length. Of course, you can always catch that up. But those differences can be important at some point. Dexter now doing a good job here together with Chillerside. They really seem to have a good pace here on this track. So maybe a bit unfortunate that this map is coming last. Ooh, Barbos really far behind. Not sure what happened to him. Unfortunately, missed his mistake. But Barbos is finding himself really far back once again. Coming to the last round now, the last couple of corners. It is Dexter and Chillerside still leading. Coming up to the ending. Who's going to take it? It is the 2 Germans that secure the point. Very nicely done here up front. And very close in the top 4. Only 400s between 1st and 4th place. Wow. 2-1. Right now it is Dexter that has gotten the most amount of points with 16 points. He's right now leading. Chillerside has gotten 12, Danik B 11, Tween has gotten 10, Barbos has 8, and Novice has 6. So quite some differences also within the teams, which essentially translates into this so far very equal match. And also this round can still be taken by anyone, even though it looks very, very blue up front. Even though now on the blue part, the blue team is not doing very well. That is a bit ironic. Also Tween now making a mistake here on the right side. Clips the wall. Novice is now leading, but he has Danik B as the only backup available now. Barbos has made another mistake here once again. And also Chillerside, I think, is finding himself a little further back. He dropped down to last place. Who's going to take this round? Let's take a look here. This Novice and Danik B that are taking the first 2 positions here. Novice with a 0.30. That is a really, really juicy time by him. Danik B taking second with a 44. Dexter with a 48. And the others have fallen behind a little bit. So it's a 2-2 here in this map. Nicely balanced on map 3. Definitely more balanced than the previous 2 maps, where the blue team has certainly stomped their opponents. This round not beginning too well here for the German team. I saw Dexter getting the no slide in that right-hander, and also Barbos is not off to the greatest beginning. Already in a 0.2 deficit, only Chillerside, the only German that's trying to make something happen. He usually gets this part pretty well, but this time around, also his direct opponents, Tween and Danik B, got it really nicely. Chillerside now making contact with the wall, and this is most likely even going to be an ace, unless Barbos is busting out a nice ending right here. Let's take a look. Barbos right now slightly in front of Novice, but this was a massive understeer here by Barbos. Went into the turn a little too late, and that is the next ace for the blue team. 52-28 by Danik P. What is that man doing? That is a 10th of the world record. Or at least the DedHead time. So let's take a look. What is Danik B doing? The magician. We got a point 2 is crashing. Okay, I mean, maybe, you know, there's this saying, a magician doesn't tell his tricks. And I think this is exactly what Danik B is doing right now. He just didn't want to share us his secrets. Fair. Very fair. Going into the lead. Tween has it right now. Finds himself on P1. Novice on second. And with these positions, it is going to be the blue point. Despite Danik B making a mistake, but now it is Tween that falls back. And all of a sudden, it's a German round. That was a very, very massive mistake by Tween right there. That was the decisive difference, basically. And Tween gifting the point to the German team 3-3 now. On map 3. 3-head. Oh, whoa, 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 whoa. Chiller side almost making contact with the outside there. Dexter and Chiller side off to a good beginning together with Novice. Going into the right-hander now. Dexter has gotten a nose-slide here already. And now this Chiller side that goes out a little too wide there. And will fall back by quite a little bit. Dexter now also making a mistake. The mistakes are now happening a lot here in the mid part. Let's take a look here at the T-Tours trademark camera. And we see that we have another triple lead for Czech Republic / Slovakia. Barbos the only one that is trailing. But I don't think he's going to be able to make anything happen. And that is indeed the case. Very good times up front. 39, 46, and 46. Tween and Danik B only a thousand apart from each other. Insane. Another great round. 4-3. But yeah, I think this map can still go either way. I think everyone can take this one. Even the Germans who have been stomped are not giving up on this one. Even though Chiller side is now making a mistake. I don't know if this is being classified as Casus Curse. I'm not quite sure about that. But he's already falling behind. And also Barbos now touching on the inside. Now this is a good opportunity for the blue team to get the next point home. Novice leading in front of Dexter. Very different line by Dexter. Goes out super wide for a lot of speed. Is able to keep himself in front of Danik B and Tween. At least temporarily. Because now they are having the upper hand with that inside line. And Novice might be on a really good time. Let's take a look at him. Drifting to the right. Nice exit. Let's take a look. The timer stops at the 52-28. That is illegal. And that is, of course, the next blue point. 5-3 now. I love how Novice just spelled Dankeschön. Dankeschön. Loving it. Who is the next one to bust out a good time right now? Everyone is on a good pace right now. Tween a little behind. And this time Dexter is not going for that super wide approach. And the blue part is being led by Novice and by Danik B. Danik B maybe a bit too tight. He's going to lose grip at the top of the hill. And that is how much speed you lose. It is really viable to go wide enough in order not to lose speed at the top of the hill. Novice, Dexter, Tween, Barbos, everything really close to each other. Coming to the last turn. Tween with the overtake on Dexter. And that was a good one. Novice with a 52-25. And also Tween with a .28. What are these times? Woo! Damn. This is hot and spicy. Absolutely mint times by everyone that was involved in the top fight here in that previous round. 6-3, one more for the blue team, and they're gonna seal the deal and win all 3 maps against Team Germany, which is, of course, quite an upset for the German team. But looking at the performance by the Czech/Slovakian team, this is more than deserved. Going into the round, Novice leading in front of Chiller side. Danik B attacking on the inside, not the greatest speed over the blue part he's gonna have. Dexter will pass just a tiny bit, and also Tween is still in the mix. We have a 5-man battle here coming towards this part now. Novice is maybe on another good time. This guy is definitely on a roll right now. Chiller side goes out wide, might get passed by Dexter right here. He doesn't get the greatest angle. Novice, let's see what he's gonna clock in once again. And he gets another .31. This guy is fast. And that is gonna seal the deal. Novice in front of Chiller side, Tween, Danik B, Dexter, and Barbo 7-3 on map 3, making it a 7-1, 7-1, 7-3. Czech Republic and Slovakia win against Team Germany, and they will face off the Dutch team in the grand final of the World Team Cup. GG.